one more game to talk about, which is Children of the Sun, which you had brought up
Yeah, the
in a
sniper
previous
game.
episode that I had bought at the time. I did play through that sniper game. I played the demo a while back. This is the one where you manipulate a bullet in midair to chain kill all of the targets in an area. That's each
Oh,
level.
okay. Yeah, this one sounded
I've seen a clip
interesting.
of that game. They look cool.
It is cool.
And you
The full
enjoyed it?
game is very enjoyable. The aesthetic is still great. As I said, it's got that like the bloody, gritty comic book style. And they even got like interstitial cutscenes. Very good sense of identity, and yeah, between the aesthetic and the gameplay, just a very good sense of identity. I will say, as the gameplay loop, as fun as the gameplay loop is, and the game is short enough that it doesn't like overstay its welcome overall. It's not a flawless gameplay loop. You do start to feel the strain a little bit as you near the end. At least I did. The last level is a perfect illustration of how if the game continued to compound its challenge without enhancing your set of abilities, which it doesn't throughout the game. You have the same. I mean, the set you get is the set you maintain throughout like most of the game. I think it would get really tedious if it continued on that trajectory. The last level is the longest and the most complex, and the biggest crack that it shows you is once you have the levels sequence pretty well figured out, like the chain you're gonna do, basically, it's just a matter of executing it perfectly by moving the mouse. It's like a completely mouse-driven game. And the problem is one minor mistake in your movement, and you have to start the level over. So it can get to like rote levels of repetition if you are not mechanically perfect, or if you've, missed a step somewhere and you have to start over because you're like, oh shit, there's so long, is such a big chain that I missed one part of it. So that but that's the last level, and it stops right there, and that's like the perfect place to do that, because again, if it continued past that, it would probably overstay its welcome, unless it started iterating on
Right, adding stuff.
the gameplay mechanics. Exactly. So I'd love to see a sequel come up with new ways to spin that gameplay loop, because I think it absolutely has more potential. But even if this is, just forever a standalone game, I think it inhabits its potential well as is. And the story also communicates a very tight narrative without ever saying a word to you. It's just presenting these cool, like, as I said,
Love
these
that.
cool comic book cutscenes. Cool game overall. Very cool gameplay, fun change of pace. And easy to pick up, and then challenging to execute on. So definitely recommend Children of the Sun.